Today I want to give you 5 travel tips that are kind of unique, or maybe things that aren't always thought of, that will help on your next travel journey.
Intro.
Number 1 is something that I always do when I get to a new place, and it's become one of my favorite things to do, and that's find a free walking tour. I use Guru Walks, and I'm not sponsored by them at all. It just happens to be the first app that I found, and I really like what they do. One thing to keep in mind, it's not necessarily free. It is a sliding scale. They do recommend that you pay $10, but I have always paid the $10. I've seen some people pay $5. I've seen some people not pay anything. And these guides really just don't care. They're passionate about their place. They just want to show you the place and make sure that you have a good time. And at the end of it, if you have any questions to ask them, they're more than happy to answer those questions for you. Which brings me into tip number 2. And tip number 2 is find a neighborhood or two and just get lost in it. Get completely lost in that neighborhood. Just wander the streets. You're going to find all sorts of cool nooks and crannies and little areas all around that you're going to find things that you never thought that you were going to find. You're going to find things that you didn't know that you wanted to see. You're going to find all sorts of cool people and colorful people. Now, one thing you should do, you should ask your hotel or your hostel or your Guru walking guide, what neighborhoods should you absolutely avoid so you're not getting lost in those ones and getting murdered. So just keep that in mind, but honestly, get lost in a neighborhood because it's absolutely amazing, and you'll have a blast doing it. Number 3 is going to markets, supermarkets, mini markets, grocery stores to find out prices of food, get accustomed to the food that they have there. Sometimes you're going to want to make your own food. Maybe you can't afford to go out and eat at restaurants every single night, but I do suggest that you go out at least once or twice. While you're at those restaurants, what you can do is take a look at some of the other menu items, see what you need to buy at the grocery stores, buy them at the grocery stores, and see if you can make that dish for yourself. It's kind of a fun way to pass the time while you're traveling and needing to eat as well. Number 4, which would tie into the cooking, is take a workshop or some cooking classes. When I was in Chiang Mai, I took cooking classes. It was absolutely amazing. I learned a lot about cooking Thai food, which was great. They took us to an outdoor market where we bought supplies. We took them back. We cooked them. I met some great people. It was incredible. You can do workshops too where you're making like hats or weaving baskets or making some sort of clothing or pottery or something like that. Make sure though that it's something culturally significant to the place that you are at. I just feel like that helps you immerse yourself into that culture, and travel really is about immersing yourself into other people's culture, so keep that in mind. So tip number 5 is off-peak touring. Go touring at different times of the day. Most of the peak touring times seem to be like from 10 to 5 in most places. It depends on what you're doing, but the majority of them kind of fit in that time frame. So if you can get somewhere early in the morning or even later in the evening, and it still is beneficial to be there at those times, then that is the best time, in my opinion, to go. I love going to a lot of touristy places early in the morning because the chances are there's not a lot of people there at that time of day. So if you want to go and get those Instagram bangers, there's going to be less people to deal with while you're there. You can do off-peak travel as well. When we were in Thailand, we went to an island called Koh Samet. It was off season for them. It didn't rain or anything. It was beautiful sunny weather the whole time. It's just not the normal travel season there, even though it was like plus 27, and we had basically every beach on that island to ourselves. It was absolutely incredible. So keep that in mind as well. It's a good way to save money and travel cheap. But be careful, do a bit of research. I was in Da Nang in the rainy season. Wasn't as fun as it could have been there, and it seems like it's an amazing city. If you don't mind the rain, then you can go to these rainy places too. So anyways, these have been 5 tips that I hope help you on your next journey. Something maybe to think about when you're planning your travel, or if you're out traveling right now, some of these things to do. I hope you enjoy these. I hope they do help you. If they did help you, or you're looking into doing some of these, let me know in the comments below. If you have tips that you would like to share as well, let me know in the comments below. And well, you know what to do. And I hope you enjoyed, and well, I'll see you later.